Hey mamas, it's your girl Carrie, and welcome back to Mom Life, Career Life. This is your Monday Mindset Reset, where we're going to ditch the pressure to be perfect and trade it in for some perspective, some purpose, and maybe even a little peace. Now, I want to start by saying today's episode touches on something that can be really hard to talk about, really hard to think about. It's about loss, it's about purpose, and those big questions that we all wrestle with at some point. Why do things happen? What's the purpose? What is all this for? These questions hit especially hard when we lose someone that we love. I had this episode and tomorrow's episode on my heart to do for weeks, but I was avoiding it because it's hard to talk about. But after what's been happening recently in the news, and I never go there on the show, it just felt like it was the right time. So if you're not in a place or a headspace to really think about this topic right now, I totally invite you to hit that pause button and come back later when you're ready. And if you're still with me, the reason I'm talking about this today is because I recently lost a friend. We weren't best friends, but she was the type that made you feel like you were best friends whenever you saw her. She was one of those mom friends you just always enjoy their company, someone I'd sit with while our boys played golf, someone I'd bump into at school or around town, and we'd instantly fall into such easy conversation. She was such a light, one of those people who just brought a smile to everyone's face that she ran into. And after a 5-year battle with breast cancer, she passed away. And as I was sitting there thinking about her boys who just started 3rd and 8th grade, my heart aches. And I am getting a little emotional because it's really, really sad. And of course, I find myself asking those big, impossible questions. Why her? Why so young? Why someone who had so much life and joy to give? And that's why this week, I wanted to share some of the lessons that loss has taught me over the years. And we're starting with this quote. You cannot add more years to your life, but you can add more life to your years. And I dedicate this episode to my friend Mir. Welcome to Mom Wife Career Life's weekly empowering episode of Monday's Motivational Mindset. And you know what that means. It's time to kickstart your week with a boost of inspiration, positivity, and a full lot of motivation. Working moms, I get it. Mondays can be tough. We all know that. But they're also a chance for a fresh start, a new opportunity, and the perfect day to set the tone for a successful week ahead. I'm Carrie Pat, your host and fellow working mom. Every week, I'll be sharing a motivational quote and we'll break it down, share stories, and uncover the wisdom it holds for our unique journey as working moms. So whether you're getting ready for work, making those school lunches, or just enjoying a quiet moment alone, let's dive into this week's dose of motivation. Let's make this Monday count. This week, I'm sharing the lessons that loss in my life has taught me. And I chose this quote because it really sums up the lessons so perfectly. You cannot add more years to your life, but you can add more life to your years. Because here's the thing. So many of us live like we're stockpiling time. We plan for someday. Someday we'll take the trip. Someday we'll start the business. Someday we'll have the energy to go on dates with our partner again. We plan for retirement, for college funds, for the later moments. And yes, those things are absolutely important. I'm telling you that from a mom who's starting to see the price tag on colleges. But here's the hard truth. We can't guarantee how many years we get. But what we can do is fill the years that we do have with more life. And more life, it doesn't always mean doing something extravagant or Instagram worthy. Sometimes adding life to your years looks like pausing to enjoy your morning coffee. I probably talk about coffee a lot, but I really enjoy my morning coffee. Instead of chugging it while unloading the dishwasher. It looks like laughing so hard with your kids that your cheeks hurt. It looks like saying yes to that spontaneous ice cream run on a Tuesday night, even though you know you're going to get that gelato and you're trying to be on a diet. Yes, been there, done that way too many nights this summer. So why don't we live like this more often? Why do we push joy, fun, and rest to the back burner? Because for most of us, it comes down to two things: busyness and guilt. We're so busy juggling careers and carpools, sports practices, doctor's appointments, and keeping the house from completely falling apart that joy feels like this extra bonus will squeeze in if and when everything else gets done. And then there's the guilt. We feel like if we're not being productive, we're being lazy. We feel bad for spending money on fun when there are bills and savings goals like college. We even feel guilty for taking a break because there's always something else that needs doing. And I'm so guilty of this. It's so hard for me to sit still because I'm thinking of 20 other things that could be getting done instead of me sitting down and watching TV. But here's the reality. those productive tasks will never end. You'll never cross the final thing off your to-do list and be like, well, that's it. I'm free to do whatever I want now. No, there's always going to be another meal to cook, another load of laundry, another email to answer. If you wait for things to slow down, you'll be waiting forever. Adding more life to your years means learning to carve out the joy in the middle of the chaos, not waiting until it's gone, making it a non-negotiable. So what does it actually look like to add more life to your years? First, prioritize experiences over perfection. Your kids won't remember if the house was spotless, but they're going to remember the night you built the blanket fort in the living room and watched a movie together. 2, say yes to the little adventures. Take the hike, go on the picnic, try in a coffee shop, book the trip, book the trip, book the trip. I'm telling you, if you could swing it, even the cheapest trip, just go do it. But remember, adventure doesn't always mean getting on a plane. Sometimes it's just breaking out of your normal routine. Third, be present in the ordinary. Put down your phone at dinner. Look your kids in the eye when they tell you a story. Hug your partner a little longer. These small moments, when strung together, create a life that just feels full. Fourth, take care of your body. Adding life to your years isn't just about fun. It's about taking care of yourself, your health. Move your body, drink water, book the mammogram. And I don't care how old you are never too young to get your tatas checked. Breast cancer, unfortunately, does not discriminate. I've had 2 friends in their 20s get breast cancer, and only one of them had a family history of it. And I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying this because I care and because you should always be giving yourself self-exams. I do it in the shower when I have soap, and I do it when I'm in bed lying down. You can look up online on how to give yourself an exam too, or ask your gynecologist your next time you visit, but still book the mammogram. Early detection can make such a huge difference. And last, celebrate now. Don't wait for the big promotion, the milestone birthday, or that perfect moment. Celebrate the ordinary Tuesday because you woke up, you're breathing, and you're here. That alone is worth joy. And now, your challenge for the week, mom, is I want you to find one small way every single day this week, and absolutely in life, to add more life to your years. And it doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to cost a dime. It just has to be intentional. Today might be going outside and just closing your eyes and breathing in the fresh air before the chaos starts. Tomorrow, it might be putting on music in the kitchen and having a silly dance party with your kids. I love those days. Another day, it might be texting a friend to tell her you love her. Small things, everyday things, but I promise you, they add up to a life that just feels full, not busy. You don't know how many years you get. None of us do, but you do get to choose how you live the years you have. You get to choose joy. You get to choose connection. You get to choose being present. So don't wait for someday. Start adding more life to your years today. And if this episode resonated with you, share it with another mama who might need a reminder to hug your people tighter, savor the little things. And I'd love to hear what you're doing to add more life to your years. So come on over to our free Facebook community, Work-Life Balance for Working Moms, and maybe you'll inspire another mom just like you. Sending you so much love and light until next time on Mom Wife Career Life with Carrie Pat. Before you go, if you found this podcast helpful, I would be so grateful if you would take a minute, go on over to iTunes and leave me a review. If you have other stressed out mamas in your life that you feel this podcast could help, take a screenshot of this episode, post it on your Instagram stories and tag me, and let them know that they are not alone and they can create balance in their life too. If there's a topic you'd like me to cover or you just want to connect, DM me on Instagram at mom.wife.career.life. Or come on over and hang out in our free Facebook community, Work-Life Balance for Working Moms. Sending you so much love and light until next time on Mom Wife Career Life with Carrie Pat.